Well, good morning, my little space muffins. What do you think of this gorgeous young fellow? We need hope for the future, and I hope that Joe Kennedy can bring it back to us. He is the grandson of Robert Kennedy, and he is going to carry on the baton of America's only royal family. So let's take a look at his chart. Here we have a Libra. Libras like harmony and justice. Many of his important planets are in the fifth house. He loves children. The fifth house is the house of children. This is also a lucky fellow who will go out on a limb to take a good chance, a calculated risk. I see that here in several places in his chart. And of course, we have lucky Leo on the fourth house cusp. I have a whole series of Leo charts, and you're going to be surprised at how often they pop up on the scene of royalty and interest in fame and fortune. Leos are indeed the luckiest sign. The Leo is ruled by the sun, which is the center of the solar system, and Leos know it. It's like cats. They were once worshipped by Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, and they has not forgotten it. And Leos can do the most positive in our world. The exciting thing about Handsome Joe's chart, he is a congressman from Massachusetts, by the way. I think we're in good hands. He's rising to the top of the political scene, is Regulus. This is a sign of kings. We saw Regulus on Mr. Trump's chart, but he is not of the same, he doesn't have the same savoir-faire as Handsome Joe. And you see that his moon is on the fourth house cusp. Now, I want you to know about your own chart. First house, second house, third house, fourth house. Fourth house is your home. That's where you came from. It's your roots. It tells about your early home, your home, which you stand on. So, his roots are his family. He comes from a royal family. And this is Regulus right here. So, he's meant to be a leader. He was born to be a leader. However, there's a few problems in this chart. Not overwhelming, by the way. I think we can hope for a lot for this young man. So we have let me get my pointer. I think we'll do a little better with my pointer. And so here we have the fifth house. It's also one of sports, taking risks, love affairs, and children. I think he is going to be, and he's very interested in being a Libra. He's very interested in a ideal partnership, as opposed to his famous uncles who are always gallivanting around. Now we have, and it was their downfall many times. We have the ruler of his ascendant. Remember, this is ascendant is Mercury, and Mercury is close to the sixth house cusp, but it is still technically in the fifth house. This is going to be a champion for healthcare, as was his famous uncle, Ted Kennedy, and it could be his great uncle, sorry. And you have Mercury here. What I think about what you find me focusing on is Mercury. And it's in deep delving Scorpio, so I think deeply. And what do I ponder? I ponder healthcare. The sixth house is the worker, health care of everybody. And it's also the fifth house of children. So we're not going to have the 1% trying to take away lunch programs for minority children, which is, crazy. Um, he's going to be a champion for these things. Obama said we have his chart coming up probably in the next series. What a great chart. Also, Leo all over the place. Of course, I'm going to feature on famous Leos. Oddly, it's mostly Leo moons that show up. The moon is the public. And then where do you shine in the public? That's why an overwhelming amount of Leo moons are up before the public. And I want you to be looking at your chart to see what your first house says and what the ascendant is. How do you come out off before the public? How do you express yourself? And where do you find your interest? Here. Children, health. And you'll see a lot going on with this. I delve deeply. And also 6 is a harmonious number. So we have, I like justice. I want to have a stable partnership. I want to honor my home and my roots. And apparently, he's been really well groomed for this. There's one problem, of course, that the ivory tower in silver spoon in the mouth is going to, he's not been out on the street, so to speak, so he's too idealistic, and this leads for deceit. This is Neptune on the 7th house cusp. Somehow you're deceived, and it could come from the marriage partner or partners in business and politics. I'm pretty sure it would be in politics. You have an idealistic way of looking at things, and the jaded underbelly of idealism can be rather disheartening. So here we have the Regulus. I'm meant to rule. I'm supposed to rule. And I want you to take a look at his hair. Know that he, darling Joe, if you're listening, be sure to take aspirin every day, because there's aspects here that lead to blood clot problems and unusual. Well, I know some things about this point. So take an aspirin every day and call me. Call me. I'll tell you what to do, because the Libra sun in this placement makes for an unusual blood condition, and that's often high blood pressure and clots. Can be so easily taken care of, and a few other things. So we have a very, very exciting young man, and let's look again at his picture and the cards and numbers that go with this layout. Okay, so you're seeing a little bit of his heritage. I have a picture of Robert Kennedy, his grandfather, next to a picture of him. Spitting image. They look just alike, except this young fellow has this beautiful Irish red hair. And this was at a dedication to his grandfather. I believe it was RFK Stadium, 50th anniversary celebration of the RFK Stadium. So this is Joseph Kennedy III, grandson of the late Senator Robert F. Kennedy. And time flies. It was just just a blink of the eye ago that we had the shining young um, Robert Kennedy in front of us and leading us to good things. Of course, he got shot. A lot of the really wonderful leaders like Gandhi, Martin Luther King, JFK, Robert Kennedy, they all got shot. And but we can't get gun control. And I don't know if Handsome Joe will be crusading for that. He's going to have his hands full with health care and children, and in a wonderful way. But we want to look at his numbers. We will be focusing on the sun at 11 degrees in the fifth house, the ascendant at 22 degrees in the first house. And if you have a copy of your chart, you see what your ascendant is, you are ahead of the game. If you want to know about your money, it's going to be in the second house. And this kind of bodes well for young Joseph because his moon is so well aspected and Regulus. Coming from a royal family, hey, I'm sure he gets a royal inheritance if it doesn't get stolen from him. That's the big problem. He's smart as the whip, but there is some deception here. He's on Capitol Hill. What do you expect? So here we have the sun is at 11 degrees, which is justice. Young Joe is a lawyer, and he met his wife in Harvard Law School. So we have number 11, which is justice. He will always try to walk on the right side of things. And if he's got to be careful, though, because this will be a part of what he has to deal with, right and wrong, and justice for all. And he's going to be dealing with a lot of that. The lower octave of 11 is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2, and that leads us to the Empress. I'm sorry, the High Priestess. She's very, very mysterious, and knowing what she's thinking about is another thing. And with Neptune on his descendant, Neptune is here. You're going to find that other people, these are people that oppose you, are opposite. This is you. This is who opposes you. We have Neptune is a great deceiver. So we have a lot going on with Neptune and shady people. And with the Empress here, he's dealing with people that are not able, and he himself, getting to the root of the matter is another story. And that's true of politics. Everybody has ulterior motives, and they're detrimental in this case, because he's not going to want to take a bribe, and this will cause him problems. Is he a young hero? Does he have Regulus on his side? And the moon ruling the second house and being a good degree of Leo means that his inheritance and money will go to the right causes. And it's also going to get snapped up by some crooked business partners. And he is happily married. However, this shows a problem with the partner. She could be either very sick or mentally imbalanced or into drugs and alcohol. We can only hope for the higher octave of this, of Neptune bringing high spirituality, that should be religious, spiritual, or that kind of thing. Now, as you saw, his moon is conjunct Regulus, and I want you to know that President Trump has Regulus, and we're going to be looking at other charts with this important degree. I'm going to focus on Leos and some of the degrees in the galactic center and Regulus that show fame and good fortune and good things. Let's look at his ascendant again. Okay, this is the sun. I want justice, but I can't understand what or motivates other people. Are they deceiving me? Even though he's been to a fancy law school, he's still going to get surprised. This life is different when you come out of the ivory tower. And so here we have the moon. It is at 27 degrees, which is Regulus, as we noted. Now you can have Regulus at 27, 28, and 29 degrees. The galactic center has a bit of leeway to it. You've got to figure how far the galactic center is. It's like more than we can imagine, and but it has a huge effect on us all. It's been a very exciting discovery for me, as well as the numbers that correspond with our aspect points. Here we have the Hermit. This is number 9, which is 2 plus 7 is 9. So we want to look at the Hermit, and he is wise. He's an old soul. So on the outside, young Joe is going to be naive. On the inside, he is a wise soul, and he looks to inner wisdom to find his way. He has a light here to guide him and to delve deep inside. And it's a lonely placement. Some of the planets here mean that I stand alone. I have my own hard journey to follow. So light and gay, Leo, and Gemini rising, yes. Deep down inside, I have big battles. Can I look inside to find that strength, the light to guide me? Yes. Let's look at the ascendant. 22. 22 Gemini. 22 is a sign of the Fool. Nobody knows what to do with the Fool card. He is a young lad about to step off of a cliff. He's got a white flower of innocence. He's a vagabond and happily treading along without looking where he's going. The little dog is trying to warn him. The little doggy is his totem. And young Joe should have a little dog, even take it to the Senate and with him and say it's a service dog, and if you don't like it, too bad. Because having that little dog with you will make you, I don't know, it evens these aspects out, and as it shows in other places in the chart, little dog would save him somehow in some way. We have also, when you reduce the Fool, it reduces to 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4, as you've learned, it's a harsh and hard number 4. Even the 4 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. Even the Chinese, I was in a Tai Chi class, and the master, who is a real Tai Chi master, he said, he was doing something to a count of 4, and he ended the class and he says, well, we cannot end on a 4 vibration. So he counted up to 5 and 6. I'm telling you, even the Chinese, the Europeans, this is as old as time. This is a better number than 13, but it still reduces to harshness. And uh, the emperor says you've got to toe the line. It's going to be hard, but so if you've got all these other things going for you, you're in good shape. I have so many gorgeous, beautiful Leos to show you. Everything from Jackie Onassis to Tina Turner. Um, Famous Leos and Leo moons. And even my favorite, Gandhi. By the way, as you know, I named my kitty cat after Gandhi. I love Gandhi so much. The figurehead of India. And we're going to talk a little bit about him. However, my little kitty, Gandhi, does not understand non-violence, which is what Gandhi was all about, and so is MLK. But did that save me? But no. This little kitty is like the Tasmanian devil. He's a thoroughbred Himalayan, and they named him an exotic Indian name like Gandhi. But he is, he's wrecking my environment, and he's cute all the way he does it. I never get upset. So if you like this video and subscribe, leave me a note and leave your birth information. You want to see where your second house is for money and your first house for your personality. And you're going to go from there. And it's going to be exciting learning experience as we go through the cosmos. So I have Obama, I have Jackie Onassis, I have Trump. So I have some wonderful, exciting for Leos. I can't even name them all. And some of them, like Wayne Dyer, their sons are near the galactic center, which means inspiration from above. You influence the masses and inspire them in a positive way. So, and if you look through my log of previous charts, you'll see Wayne Dyer and Shirley MacLaine both have this point. So I want you to like to the right hand side, you're going to see a little kitty that says, that was Zen, Z-E-N, and this is Meow. If you press it, you'll get a meow, plus you'll subscribe to me. Leave your birth information so I can send you your chart. And remember, you might get a little cute kitty in the deal. So we're going to continue with these exciting charts. And this is chart of the United States, y'all. I think this is a very exciting chart. I wanted to get to it, and that's going to have to be another time. It's going to show us future things that we can expect for our beautiful country. So namaste. God bless America, please. And and really, God did bless America. When you see the chart of the United States, Ben Franklin and his cronies were amazing astrologers, and they picked this chart for this country, and that's what makes it so exciting. They signed the Declaration of Independence in at around 2:20 or 2:15 because they wanted to have certain aspects, which shows that they knew what they were doing. So anyhow, let us move on to our next video. Stay tuned, and we have Mick Jagger, very exciting people. So I want you to like and subscribe, and we're going to bring these guys up for you right after this one. Namaste from Sahara.